What's going on, everybody? This is Copaesthetic. I'm going to be walking you guys through my newest track, Freedom. It is super simple. It is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or actually just 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tracks of audio. So yeah, it's really simple, really efficient, so to speak. Not overmixed, maybe undercooked, but that's fine. So we're going to start off with the drums, because that's the simplest. It's just a loop. Some people feel weird about using drum loops. Honestly, drums are one of those things that are so important to every mix down, and you really want them to hit hard. You want them to be consistent. You want them to be interesting. You might as well find somebody that's good at doing that. If you can't write good drums yourself, if you're good at picking good drums, if you know what good drums sound like, that's just as good too. Simply, I have a MIDI chain that's helping trigger my side chain, which is a shaper box, just simply ducking the mix volume-wise. And then after that, we will work our way from the top. If you're wondering what I have on my drum chain, it is Mr. Bill's drum group. It is a incredibly intuitive and easy to use drum group plugin. I guess it's a plugin. It's more of a rack, but it's built very much like a plugin where you have a lot of different options. You can tweak it any way you want it. I find that most of the times you do need to dial it in yourself. I wouldn't just click one of these things and then say you're good to go. Really just listen to how your overall stuff sounds, check your meters, do what you got to do. Then moving on, we have Nothing in the Leads, or my melody. So what's interesting is here is the main melody that we have for the whole track, which is... we have a lot of great stereo movement, a lot of great reverb, some really cool background jingly effects. Most of this, and believe it or not, is happening from this guy right here, which is it's all resampled, and it's just a simple, melody off some electric piano that I wrote out. Just jamming, having a fun time. And then I grab Shaper Box and do a bunch of stuff. And so after we grabbed that guy, I did some other stuff, widening, OTT, some limiting, and some Pro Q3 dynamic, curves, and got it to sound like it does now. So, and then for this guy this is my simple, just this should be the lead or solo. I just have it crammed all together because I don't care, and it all sounds fine. But this is just a simple little plucks that evolve into something. That's another thing, is having a element that evolves is always gonna be more interesting. As you hear here, it kind of changes. And so, with everything that happens, of this, which is just I have beats on, transients turned down way much to get the super plucky, grainy type shit. For the fill, I have a simple serum patch, the classic. It's the classic, guys. If you know what a tip or squelch is, it's going to look like this. It's going to be doing a lot of weird shit, and you're just going to sample the fuck out of it and then make some squelches. This is what we got. Super weird. Super gross. So yeah, that's the squelch. That's the fills. Then for the sub bass, we have my favorite. My favorite. This is an Ableton preset, guys. I'm not going to Serum. Not going to Massive. Not going to Vital. Not using any of the big guys. It's just good old Ableton. And it's fat. It sounds great. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is a wacky looking wave, but it's got cool harmonics and it works. Look at this. Ugh. For our bass patches, it's Vital. It's usually Vital or Serum or Phase Plant. I mean, honestly, I use all of them a lot, so don't feel like you should just only use one. Use all of them. They all do really cool things. There's a lot of cool people doing a lot of cool things on them. That's how I got this patch. This is a bunting patch. Bunting. Shout out Bunting. And I tweaked it a little bit. Changed the distortion. I changed the quickness of the trigger. It was like over here that gave it this like wow when I first loaded this up, but I wanted it more like of a boom, like hit harder. So I changed that. So now there's not really much I did to it besides just kind of put it on, change the distortion, and change the envelope, or the LFO envelope, so to speak. So, once you got that rocking, once you like the sound, honestly, guys, if you like the sound, don't go fucking with it too much. Of course, what's going on is respect it. Understand why we do it. Why do we do it? This is why we do it. That's why we do it. Do we understand? Does this make sense? Does this make sense? Does that make sense? Okay, got it. Moving on. This one. This is another kind of harmonic-y John brought up on by the Unison and also by a hard clip fucking full maxed out distortion. Sometimes you gotta roll with it. That's just how it gotta go. All right. Now, this little fill, this was derived because I was like, I need a call and response, and yeah, call and responses are sick. So we just another preset that I tweaked to sound like a guy yelling at you with a nasal problem. And then yeah, a simple reverb throw, guys. That's what if you're looking at most of this, it's mostly just reverb throw, like all of it. All of it. Reverb, it's important. It's important. It's important, trust me, guys. For my vocals, super simple. Okay.
Hi.
Boom. Great.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
So good. Great samples, guys. All right. I mean, that's basically it. So here's the whole track. Hope you guys like it. It would help if I unmuted everything. guys so much for listening. This has been Cope Aesthetics Project Walkthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed.